look up front. Oh, my solar panels are still there, which is good. The roof looks okay on the cabin. Let's have a look around the front. Yeah. Trailer's still there. Okay, let's have a look around the side. Yeah, okay. Let's go inside. Shut this camera off. Be back in a minute. Everything seems to be okay in the cabin. And I just turned my grow watt on and she's fine. Yeah, she's charging. I've just turned the inverter, the solar panels on. And everything seems to be okay. Let's just see if the power works. Oh yeah, I gotta turn on the circuit breaker. Okay, let's just... Oh yeah, we've got power. Hey! I'm down at the woodshed and I'm just debating what to do with this wood. But I'll show you. As I said before, that's collapsed. So what I think I might do is move all that wood and then just dump it there, and then I might build my woodshed and then repack it after. But I think what I'll do with this is I'll just restack that. I'll just take it all down and make sure I stack it. I'll see if I can stack it a bit tighter and then it won't fall. Maybe next time there's another windstorm. But oh, I had my first visitor this morning. A little black bear came onto the deck, woke me up around 6:30, 6 or 6:30, I can't remember. I knew it was a bear. You can always tell, they make such a racket when they're walking across the deck. Ooh, the bugs are bad already, man. And also it was able yesterday, because it's been raining for about 36 hours, so I was able to fill up my water tanks, which is really good. Yesterday I was just pumping water up pretty much all afternoon into my tanks. Look who's in my front of my cabin. He's a bear. Look at the bear. Little culture. So there's just loads of water everywhere. So I've decided to fill up my water tank while there's still water down in the ravine. So I'll show you where I get my water. Just hang on, break my neck. So I've hooked up the hose now and it's filling up my tank. So that's it there. And then I'm gonna fill up these 50 gallon drums as well that I have beside the tank that I picked up. There they are there, look. These things here, I'm gonna fill these up as well. They're down at the bottom of the ravine, but I'm down by the woodshed. I thought I'd give you an update on what I've done so far. Just a quick one. So as you can see, I've got the frame up now on the woodshed. So all I have to do now is just shore up the sides. And what I decided to do, initially I was going to run logs down for the roof, but I've decided not to do that now. Well, I'm hoping what I'm going to do is I went rooting around it in my cabin and I found one sheet of roofing left. And also I have one side panel of my steel container and it's on top of the container. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run that across as the roof. And then the panel from the steel container should come to about here. And then I'll just overlap it with this roofing, with this steel roofing. So what I need to do is just get 4 2x4s just to run across from both headers, the top header to the bottom header. Just so that when I put the metal roofing on, I can fasten it to something. Okay, today it was actually raining quite a bit this morning, so it stopped now, so I thought I'd crack on with my woodshed. So I've got basically the, you can see I've got the roof 2x4s up, so I just need to put a couple more screws in one of the 2x4s. Going from the top header to the bottom header, and then I'm ready to slide down one of the panels. Hey, I just thought I'd do a quick one before I crack on. So as you can see, I put one of the metal um, panels on the woodshed last night, and after that I just had enough actually. But today I'm gonna put that panel on. I think I'm gonna slide it underneath this. I heard this grunting noise. I think there was a bear just outside my cabin not last night, a couple nights ago. And then yeah, I was just normally I had my music on and I couldn't hear anything. I had my music on. Once I turned my music off and I was going upstairs to bed, and I could hear this grunting noise, and I mean I had to look outside and I couldn't see the bear, but I definitely heard him. Normally he walks on this deck that I'm standing on, finished. But he might have been on the deck, but he obviously, you know, he was around the property somewhere. I thought I'd actually see more of this bear because it came up on I think in May. I think when I was here in May, it came up. And he was having a sniff around. He knew I was here, obviously. He knows that they know I'm here. All the animals do up here. But yeah, more than 4 cords of wood. Lacey does. I don't mind as long as they don't come up during the daytime when I'm around. When I'm in bed, I don't care. They can come around the cabin, have a sniff around and stuff. It doesn't really bother me. But touch wood, I haven't had them during the daytime when I'm up here,
isn't that beautiful?
which is good. I mean, obviously, I've had other animals like deer and stuff like that. They come up here. We've got turkeys as well that come up here during the daytime. But as soon as they see me, they skedaddle.
I'm just chilling on my standing board. I'm actually using it as a kayak. Oh, just love it. It's so peaceful. Gorgeous. It's a nice day as well. It's a bit hazy today, but it isn't too hot out on the lake. So quiet. Gorgeous. Ah, geez, I'm always working up here. Today, I've been up here cleaning my solar panels because they get really dusty and grotty. So I always like clean them up. Once in a while, I do just get like a damp cloth and I just wipe them down, because it does make, I think it makes a difference when they're dirty. You get more wattage out of them. So yeah, so I've just finished wiping them off. Boy, they're hot, those panels, in the summer. But yeah, so I've cleaned them up and hopefully that will give me a few more watts. And also I think I'm back up here pruning these trees, so I'm going to start in a minute. All these new growth trees, I'm going to snip them all back. I did the ones down there, and there's a big tree over there. I think I'm going to have to get my chainsaw for that one. And just all around the solar panel, all these trees. So I'm going to get my snipper out and just cut these suckers back. It's another beautiful day today. It's lovely. Yeah, it's lovely up here. I'm not going on my standing board today. Back to work, doing stuff. That's the thing. People think when you're living up here that it's easy peasy. You just sit on your ass all day and do nothing. But there's always jobs to do up here. I'm always doing stuff or fixing something or doing something, one or the other. So yeah, there is time to have fun up here. But you basically have to keep, you know, you got to keep doing jobs because it's just a reality, you know. Cleaning your solar panels, making sure you got power, because you don't have power, you have no power, right? I'm not on the grid up here, so I gotta look after everything. But anyway, I'll come back in a bit. Shit, there's something over there. It's a thing when you're out here, you just you know chipmunk noises, but I just heard something that seemed quite big. I don't see anything. So the thing is, when you look in the forest now, because there's leaves everywhere, all the animals are quite camouflaged unless something's storming you like a bear or anything. But normally, you know, you can't see much of anything staring at you once you look into the forest. You can't see much, you know, after a few meters. Okay, look, I'm gonna carry on and crack on and get these saplings cut back. Okay. It's that time again to clean out the composting toilet. Actually, I've had a good run this time with it because I've been since May, so May, June, July. So I've had 2 months without changing because I know my daughter's coming soon and I have another guest possibly coming, so it's time to do the job as clean as composting toilet. Soil to go in, put that in there like that. So you just pour that in. That's it. No, it's not the most exciting video, but it's one of these necessities when you're living off grid. It's either you have an outhouse or you have some sort of composting toilet that needs attention once in a while. So at least it's not, you know, it's a nice cool day for doing jobs like this. I've got some family up here from Jolly O, England, and just hang on. Do you want to say hello, guys?
Hi guys.
Oh.
Hi YouTube fans.
So these guys are gonna go for a hike.
Yeah, got my bug spray. Can't cope without that shit. It's nice, it's beautiful up here, but the bugs are bad.
Yeah, and watch out for that
The
bear.
There was a mummy bear and 3 baby cubs, so we've got to be on lookout. Don't
Yeah.
want to anger the mum. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, these guys they just come back from their hike. You guys all right? Was it all right? You see the bear?
No bears, no.
3.5 kilometers, so it's not too bad. Shit ton of bugs.
Yeah.
Too many mosquitoes today, so just a short one.
Okay.
Out of breath.
Getting
Yeah, it's
eaten
because of the
alive.
rain. That's why
Yeah.
they always come out when it's raining.
Yeah.
Okay, but you had a good time. Got
Yeah,
some.
yeah,
You got your cardio going
Yeah.
up and down that hill. It's a killer, isn't
It
it?
is a killer. It's a good workout.
Yeah.
Just hiking in from being in the city, and I'm not as knackered, so I must be getting fit. Now I'm getting all that cardio. Definitely gonna fell a couple, maybe 3 or 4 trees to the right of the solar array. I don't know, I might cut down some of the trees at the back because the sun is going to be going down lower soon in the sky as soon as we hit September. If I want to prolong, I really don't like cutting down trees because I do love the trees up here. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it, but I might cut down at least 3 trees strategically just to give me a bit more sun, and then I'll think about the other ones. It's such a dilemma. I do love the trees up here and it's such a nice little ecosystem, but I don't like putting my generator on, and these sort of days, you know, this is the 2nd day where it's been overcast, so I'm gonna have to put my generator on tonight, I think. It makes such a racket. I don't really like putting it on, but I'm up by the solar array. I'm just deciding which trees to fell. I've been thinking about it in my head, but I thought I'd just come up here and show you guys some of the trees I think strategically I'm going to cut down. This one over here has definitely got to go, this one. I'll give you this one here, up at the top. I'll show you in a sec, I'll get the camera up there, but that definitely's got to go. The only thing about it is that I'm just a bit worried where it's going to land, because I don't want it landing on my solar array or down on the cabin. I'm just going to give this young little tree a little hug, because sometimes when you give them a hug and look up, you can kind of get the way it's going to fall, you know, on the ground. So just going to give it a quick hug and have a look up. I don't know about this one. This one. Okay, young lady. So that one has got to go, but it's a bit risque, I think, because I'm not sure where it's going to fall, that tree. It's got a kind of leaning, it's sort of leaning like it's going to fall. Maybe that way. But it could also go that way, I think. That makes sense. I know it doesn't make sense, but it's just a bit iffy. So that one's got to go. That one there. This one's got to go. This one will just fall. This one will just go that way, no problem. So that one's got to go. This one's got to go. These two have got to go. And this one over here definitely got to go. This one on the left is definitely naturally going to fall down. This one I think is going to go that way. So those sort of 6 trees or so, I think, I'll show you, I'll just get the camera and I'll show you what I mean. So, if you see these trees here, that one there, that one's waving in the wind there, that young lady, I say. That one there, when the sun comes up and goes across the sky, and these group of trees here block out the sun around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. After 3, pretty much, you know, I'm not getting any sun in the summertime. Hey, been up here this morning, got up quite early, and I was felling those trees. So as you can see, there's quite an opening now, and that tree, which I thought was going to be dodgy, it just went down no problem. So there's a massive clearing here now. There's a few trees down at the back. I think they might have to go, as maybe I'll cut those down in October. There's quite a few fallen trees now, and I got a lot of work to do next month, chopping them all up. But I've got one more tree to fell, and it's that one over there, the one that's just up there, because as the sun goes down, that tree is going to block the sun. So that's the last tree I'm going to cut today, I think. It's okay, it's gone okay, everything's gone, all the trees have gone where I want them to go, so I'm really pleased actually. Today I'm going to rotate my wood because I've cut down quite a few trees, and I need to have somewhere to really come down and to cut them up, split them and stack them. So I'm going to move that wood that's over here into my storage shed here, because I'm able to get another row because I salvaged some pallets that I had laying around. So I put the pallets down yesterday. So now I'm just going to chuck that wood and throw it over here, and then I'm going to stack it. I'm not going to use all that wood because I'm going to take some of that wood inside the cabin, because I got an area to stack some wood by my wood stove. So I'm just going to crack on and just throw this wood over. Okay, I'm just going to finish stacking this stuff. Look at that. Oh, I love looking at stacked wood. It makes me feel good. But there she goes. So I still got loads more room to stack, but I pretty much cleared everything out that was here. There's a few logs laying around. I'll probably throw them up onto the woodshed, but and I'll just clear this area up in preparation for more logs. Once I get up there, I'll be cutting up pieces and then I'll bring them down with my quad trailer, and then just start like splitting them, and then I can stack them over there and over here and over there. And that just gives me a place to do it. And then this wood I can burn. I might actually have to put the wood stove on the end of the month, or for sure next month. So I've got lots of wood now to keep me going until I go back to England. But yeah, I love cutting wood, splitting it and whatever. It makes me feel good, as I say. But okay, cheers. I hope you enjoyed that, me doing all the work and you just chilling and watching me. But I do enjoy it. Today I'm gonna be bringing some wood inside the cabin because the weather's changing up here, and it's starting to get quite cool at night, and I believe it's going to be going down to around 2 degrees, or down to, so maybe possibly a frost tomorrow, and the next day I think it's going to be quite cool. So I think I'm going to have to put my wood stove on. So I'm just going to get some of this wood, throw it in my trailer, and get it in the house so that if the cabin does get really cool, I've got some wood to light my wood stove. So it'd be the first time this season that I'm lighting it. If I do light it tonight, which I probably will do if it drops like the weather, you know, as the weather is saying, it's going to go down to around 2 or something. So I probably will put it on. We haven't had much sun the last few days. I've got my generator on today just to charge my batteries. I think we're going to get some sun tomorrow, so but I don't want to risk it because my batteries are getting really low. Anyway, let's crack on and get this wood in the trailer. Trees are starting to change as well. I'll show you the trees another day, but yeah, everything's changing now, and I think it's cooling down a bit now, so I'll probably end up cutting some of those trees that I felled 2 or 3 weeks ago, but we'll see. Okay, that's enough wood, I think. And I'll put it inside, and then I've got it ready to go, and I'll just get my axe and a piece of wood to chop some kindling. I might buy a Chinese chainsaw, like a 62cc one. I've been looking around. I mean, I know they're not ideal, but I just need something bigger to cut some of these big boys up, because my small chainsaw just can't really cope with these trees, to be honest. So I think I might. I've been looking on Amazon, and there's one I might buy when I get down to the city, because these trees, like this one here, is quite big. There's loads of big ones that are down everywhere around here, so I just need something bigger that will just chew these up like nothing. And I'll just save my smaller chainsaw for smaller jobs. I mean, it works fine, but it just struggles with these big trees, and I think I'm putting too much pressure on it. Yeah, so tomorrow I think I'm gonna just collect all these logs. There's a few still laying on the ground, but with my trailer, and bring them down to the woodshed area. And then I think I'll start splitting some of these logs, because there's quite a few today. I got quite a few logs. I think I cut up about 4 trees. And the weather's definitely getting cooler now, and the trees are changing. Let's have a look. I don't know if you can see that, but Yeah, they're starting to change quite a bit now. It's beautiful, really. I haven't been down anywhere else on my property yet because I've just been focusing on cutting all these trees up. And today, geez, I'm having to fix my quad bike trailer again. I was hauling logs the other day and the tailgate snapped, so I'm gonna have to get my welder out and see if I can reinforce this tailgate again. I mean, I've had so many problems with this trailer, and I've got like maybe 100 logs I need to transfer down, about 80 big ones and about 20 smallish logs. So I need this trailer on the road so I can get up there and start collecting some of these big logs that I have, so I can bring it down to the woodshed, and then I'll start splitting some of the wood. I've got so much wood now, I think I just don't have anywhere to store it. So what I might do is just split some of the logs, split some of them in, and I'll stack some of the wood as much as I can, obviously, and then next year I will, once I start rotating my wood again, I'll split some more logs. I still have loads of trees to cut up there, but yesterday I had pretty much a day of just cutting up logs, and my timber jack works great. I was lifting up those big logs, big trees off the ground, and I was just zipping through it with my new saw. So yeah, I'm well impressed with that saw so far. But anyway, I'll show you what's going on with this trailer. So what's happened is that that's broken off. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just do a spot weld there. Then I got this strapping here that I had when I bought my steel container. It was just used for packaging. So what I've just bent it over in my vise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just stick it on there, weld it up, and then I'll just bang it across to here, and then just, you know, do a weld. That way it will just sort of reinforce the tailgate a bit because there's a lip down there. And hopefully that will hold it. I mean, I know these logs are massive, so they're really heavy. So I mean, the terrain is so bad up here. Okay, so I've kind of welded that piece of banding on. The thing is, that banding or that galvanized plate is such thin gauge metal that it's so hard with a stick welder to actually weld it without blowing through it. So even if I turn the amps down, ideally if I had a MIG welder, but you know, I'm in the middle of nowhere, so you know, I've got to use a stick weld. It's anything that I have. So so I've done some sort of spot welds, small welds, as best as I could, but it's definitely it's definitely going to reinforce that joint. So hopefully when when I start using it again tomorrow, so it's much sturdier with that banding on. So hopefully that will stay in place. And if it does work, then what I'll do is I'll do the same thing on the other side, I think. Today I'm down by my water tanks. My water tanks are pretty well empty. That one there is completely empty. The other one I probably have a couple days maybe of water left in that tank. Actually last year I think my water lasted up into almost the first snowfall in November. So yeah, it's going to be a bit it's going to be harder work basically not having water out of my tanks, because what I use the water for is drinking water, which I put through my filtration system, and also I have running hot water as well, because I have like a little gas hot water boiler in the cabin that sucks from those tanks. So I won't be able to use my sink anymore, so I'm just going to have to boil water. It's not a big, well, it is a bit of an inconvenience, but that's just the reality of living off grid when you're not plumbed into any water system, or I don't have tanks underground. So when it starts getting really cold, I have no choice but to empty these tanks, because I don't want these tanks to crack or anything like that. Yeah, so that's just the reality of it, I guess. I mean, there's not much I can do about it. I just wished I could have just got a bit longer out of them, that's all. Once it starts snowing, it's fine. I mean, I normally have a pot on my wood stove that is going all the time. But anyway, I'll give you an update. Let's go down to the woodshed. All those logs that I cleared on my last video, they're all gone now. So what I ended up doing is just splitting them all and then moving them over there. They weren't really big logs anyway, so yeah, so I've got 2 rows of wood there. So it's probably maybe, I don't know, just over half a cord of wood there. So yeah, I'm quite happy. There's more room to stack more wood on there because there's a pallet, and I can probably get another row behind the 2 rows. And then I have this area here, which once I start cutting some of those big trees up, I will stack the big logs in that section there. And then I'll come back over here and stack that higher. I can probably go another 2 or 3 feet maybe. Today I'm gonna set up my new chainsaw. If you've been following my channel, you'll know that the chainsaw I currently have is struggling to cut some of these big trees that have fallen on the property. So what I'm gonna do, what I decided to do, is buy a chainsaw from Amazon. So the one I bought was it's called Submix. It's a 62, well, they say it's a 62cc chainsaw. So I just thought this sort of mid-range chainsaw might be enough just to cut some of these trees I've got on the ground. There it is, Submix. Right, let's get this open. Okay, that's a sub mix. So I'll let you know how it performs. Cheers. Thumbs up to my Submix 62cc chainsaw. Just cut through these logs like nothing. Yeah, super impressed with this chainsaw. It's great. Now all I have to do is split these and stack these bugs. I had some interesting visitors near the cabin a couple nights ago. About 4 o'clock in the morning, got woken up by a pack of wolves howling. It is pretty amazing. I've seen loads of scat around the cabin, but I didn't hear them. I've not heard them. This is the first time I've heard them howling, so it's pretty amazing actually. I just couldn't go back to sleep after that. I just got up, but I can hear the young ones yapping as well. It's just something about it, it's so magical. But I'm gonna miss this place. I've got to go back to England soon. But anyway, I'm not going to think about that now. I'm going to crack on and chop some logs. Alright. Gotta get my tire back in here, so I can just, just collect these logs, keep them together when I'm splitting them, but I just can't be sorting it out, to be honest. Definitely get you cardio doing this. You don't need to go to a gym. That's the thing when you live up here in the woods. Get your cardio all the time. Those jobs to be done. It's being one with the log. Okay, I think that I'm not gonna put any more on that one. So now I'm gonna go and start stacking them over there. So that one I think is stacked high enough. Okay, I'll come back just for a couple secs just to show you the next pile of wood over there where I'm going to be stacking it. Okay, I'm just going to stack these logs. This is it for me today. All I seem to do is split and stack wood, but I'm back at it again. The logs I had, if you've been following my channel, I was splitting logs a few days ago and then I stopped. So yesterday I split the remaining logs that were down here. So I don't have any more pallets. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to stack the wood onto those bits of trees that, because I have so many trees laying down up there, I just grabbed some wood and then just laid it on the ground. And so hopefully I'll be able to, obviously I would like to have pallets, but you gotta do with what you have. So I'm just gonna stack this wood here, and then that frees up this area to bring some more logs down before it snows. Don't know if I'm gonna cut any more trees up. I'll see how the weather is, but I just want to get this wood down, stacked, split and stacked, so that, you know, it's ready to go next year. And also I've got to like fill up my once I'm done that, I got to fill up my trailer, because I got no wood in the cabin. It's going to be cold tonight. The thing is with this cabin, because it's high up in elevation, the wind is just brutal up here, especially now with the cold weather. You know, the wind will kill you up here. The wind factor, man, it is pretty brutal. So at nighttime, I can just hear the wind howling outside. Obviously, I'm nice and cozy and warm in my cabin, but I wouldn't want to be out here, you know, doing stuff when the wind's up. But anyway, I'll do this, and then I'm going to stack my trailer up. And then I think I'm going to call it a day today. Oh, slowly getting there. Okay. Well, hopefully by having two rows it should support each other, so hopefully it won't collapse. I'm not gonna stack it maybe a couple more feet higher and that's it. So I'll get the other logs maybe tomorrow and split those. They're smaller logs than these ones, but I'll just throw them on top, and that's it. There she goes. Hope you enjoyed me watching me stack those logs. I do enjoy doing these things, actually. It's so peaceful up here. Just splitting logs and stacking them. It's lovely. I will miss this place when I go soon. But anyway, I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Be back in a bit. Cheers. Okay, I had my cup of tea. Now I'm just gonna stack this trailer up full of wood. And I'm done for the day. Okay, I think that'll do it. Right, okay, that's stacked, so I think tomorrow, if it's a nice day or fairly nice, I'll go collect the other logs I got up there, bring them down here, then I think I will split these and then just put them on top of this this pile here. This pile should be okay because there's 2 rows supporting it, so hopefully, and I'm not going to stack it really high. But a bear will probably rip it to shit anyway in the spring, looking for creatures and slugs and various other things that'll be underneath this woodshed. But it's okay. Once in spring, I'll start rotating this wood. Okay. Right, that's it for me. Okay, we're back at the cabin. I'll just show you my water filter. So let's go in that cabin. Come on in. It's a bit of a mess, but... So there it is there. So what I normally do is just fill it up during the daytime. It takes quite a few hours to filter through because it just uses gravity. And it's got like ceramic filters in it, so it's pretty good. It cleans out all the nasties. Just pour it in, that's it. Flush it out. So that should be filtered through by the end of the day, and then what I normally do is then I put the water into these jerry cans, so I know that's clean water, and then I just keep doing that process. So these 2 bottles of water will probably last me about 4 days or so. So I just go down and just do 2 at a time, and that's it really. Yeah, that's all it is. Simple, easy peasy. But obviously I don't have a sink with running water anymore, so that's a bit of a bummer. So I've got to boil all my hot water, so I just use my wood stove. So I just put it on there because my wood stove is massive, so I can put a big pot on the top of the stove and just boils water constantly. I don't have any on at the moment, but I'm going to do it because I'm going out to do some work outside. So I'll just fill up one of these. I just fill up a pot of water, so when I come in I'll have water, then I can just clean up with that water. Yeah, so that's it. So that's my water run. That's what I do. So exciting, isn't it? Before it snowed, as you can see, there's a bit of snow on the ground, but most of it's melted now. But I brought those logs down and split them and just stacked them on top of this pile. So that I'm not going to stack this pile any higher. I just put some tarp on it, and I've done the same as well for over there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more logs this year. Depends. If the snow melts and over the next few days, then I might get my chainsaw out and cut up some more trees. I don't know. I'll see how I get on. Getting some gas because it's gonna be pizza night tonight, so I gotta get some gas for my generator, because when I put my air fryer on to cook my pizza, it just uses so much energy, so I've got to like put my generator on. I mean, we've had some sun, there's still a bit of sun, but not as much as I would like. Look at my container, look how nice and tight it is. Got this seafoam stuff which I use all the time, so I'm just gonna put a dab in my I went into town yesterday to get some food and some supplies, because unfortunately I'm leaving the cabin soon to go back to England, so I will miss it when I go. But I just put a dab of this seafoam stuff in my gas. As I said in one of my previous videos, I buy the stuff with no ethanol in it because it's really expensive, but it's worth it when you're running like 2-stroke engines, or just, you know, my quad bike. I always put that stuff in it. I know it's so expensive, but and my generator as well. Fill this up, and then I was debating whether or not to get my chainsaw out, but it's really nice actually today. It's about 7 degrees. I can't believe the weather, it's so weird. It must be that El Nino effect. Because all the snow's pretty much gone now, even though it gets down well below freezing at night, but it seems to just come up above freezing during the daytime. Today is really nice. Okay. Hey, I'm back. Got my pizza, got my air fryer out, and I've just rolled out my dough and I put it inside the air fryer. Because the air fryer is only tiny, the pieces that I get, pizzas are quite small, so what I normally do is I cook one up, and then I get the second one going, so when this one comes out of the air fryer, I can just pop the other one straight back in. So I've made my own sauce, so I'm just gonna quickly throw it on here. And I'm just going to put some red peppers and some mushrooms. But I don't know if I have enough mozzarella cheese actually. I didn't realize I was running low when I went shopping yesterday. Hopefully I'll have enough. So just put some peppers on here. Shred some cheese and we're almost ready to go. And I'll just put my mushrooms on top of the cheese. Okay. As I said earlier, it does take quite a bit of energy putting this thing on, but I put my generator on, so my batteries are fully charged. I mean, they say air fryers are really good energy-wise, but when you're living off-grid and the only energy source you have is solar panels and a generator, it's not the same as living in your house, you know. Let's put these mushrooms on. Okay. Just gonna put Good bit of oregano on the top. I'm not banging in this thing and get her cooking. Okay, let's put this in there. I normally just set it for like around 9 minutes. Let's put it in for 10. Okay, sorted. Okay, I'll come back when this pizza's done and you can see what it looks like. Okay, cheers. Okay, I've just taken it out of the air fryer, and there's my pizza. It's nice and lovely. Look at that. And I'm just gonna do the other one in a second, but there it is. There's a mushroom and red peppers. Yeah, lovely. Right, so there's my pizza. So I'm gonna eat this in a sec. Put that one in the back in the air fryer. So by the time I finish eating that, the other one will be ready to go. So that's my pizza night up at the cabin. Okay, I've done all my checks. Everything's locked up. She's all locked up. Oh dear. Just gonna hike down to the car, and it'll probably take me 20 minutes. It's a nice day. It's a bit cool still, but it's above freezing. Oh, I will miss all the trees and all the animals and all the noises. I'll miss my owls every night. Like you can hear the owls talking to each other. Actually saw one the other day. I was just coming out and it was just getting dark and it just flew past my solar array. I think since I've cleared those trees, it's probably made the owls a bit easier to get some prey, and plus the hawk as well. I've seen the hawk. It's been up a few times by the opening now. So I think they obviously benefited from having more opening. They're probably eating all the chipmunks and all the other little small creatures. Anyway. It's funny, the whole time I've been here, I think I've spoken to about 4 people. 2 young guys in the summer came up. They got lost on their quad bikes and they came up to the cabin, and I was chatting to them for a bit. And then just recently there was a couple hunters that were just near my land, and I went up to speak to them, and I just told them I didn't really want them hunting on my land, and they're fine about that, and they're okay with that. But apart from that, that was it. Really is the only people I've really spoken to, apart from my daughter and her partner. I mean, I do like the solitude up here. That's what's so appealing to me. Yeah, it's lovely. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because I need 2 hands, because I got my guitar in one hand and it's really slippery and I don't want to fall on my face. That's the last thing I need on my last day. Anyway, okay, cheers, and thanks again for tuning into my channel, for all you YouTubers who subscribed to my channel this summer, and all your comments and everything. I really appreciate your views, and I try to answer as many people as I can. So if I haven't answered you, sorry about that, but I do try to reply as much as I can. So anyway, take care, and hopefully I'll see you again in the spring. Okay, take care. Okay, bye now.